class, what song was that? Yes. Now we could pluck the rest of the recital for you, but that'd be pretty boring. So we have a whole another piece of equipment that we learned about. And to be honest, this is really, to me, the hardest thing to learn. There's a lot of different parts for the bow. Plus, in order to hold the bow, the right hand, every single finger has a job. So, class, let's tell our parents all the different parts of our bow. This part is?
Stick, tip, frog, log, grip, clip, horsehair.
Now, we have a really important rule that we learned about the horsehair. But, of course, we have to do it in a dramatic way. So, are you ready, class? Get the finger, get the face. Don't touch the horsehair. And raise your hand. Who can tell us, why is it not wise to touch the horsehair? Why?
Because there's little hooks that make the violin sound right, and if you rub your hand against it, it'll flatten down and you won't sound right when you play.
Exactly. That oil just makes it slick, and so we have to be careful about it. Now, there's a very special way that we hold our bow. So, class, let's show our parents. Let's not on our bows quite yet. Let's look at this bow first, and tell me where I need to put my hand. My thumb bump goes on the
clip.
My first finger goes on the
Grip.
My middle fingers cover the
Frog.
And baby pinky sits on the
Log.
Yes. Now take that right hand, pick up your bows with that beautiful bow hold there. And we'll sit it right here and I'll let me pad it. There we go. Now this is kind of an unusual way to hold something. So in order to kind of get people used to holding it like this, we learned a little poem, didn't we, class?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's tell our parents our poem. Here we go. Up like a rocket, down like the rain, back and forth like a choo-choo train, round and round and round the sun, land on your head, soft pinky round thumb. Look, like Pinocchio. What a funny chin. Land on your hand. But since it has been kind of rainy and foggy, we can make little tiny windshield wipers. Here we go. Lay your bow down in your case if you went there. Well, that's the bow. When we put them together, when we had our first lesson, the first thing we played on our violins were rhythms. So, and we gave the rhythms funny names, didn't we? So let's pull out our clappers, and we're going to show you our rhythms right now. Okay, here we go. Mississippi hot dog. Run, teacher, run, teacher. Run, teacher, run. Wish I had a motorcycle. This one is a little tricky. Are we ready? Here we go. Baby, sleep. Baby, sleep. Woo. And we had a beat there, but we didn't make a sound. And that has a special name in music. Who remembers what that is? What's the name?
A break.
That's close. What's it called?
Rest.
A rest. Exactly. So it's a beat, but there's no sound. Now, there's something else really interesting and useful about the string family. If you know about musical instruments, if you have a small flute in an orchestra, the flute's very, very high. If you have a big flute, the flute sounds lower. Same thing like with saxophone. You have a soprano saxophone, it's very tiny. It's very, very high. You have the bass saxophone, it's very low. But that's different in the string family. In fact, if I get my 3 people come up, and bring just your violins. Stand up, walk in rest position. Good. Good, good, good. I think what we're going to do, let's kind of line up this way so everybody can see. I will have you line up here, you're going to line here, and you'll line kind of back here like this. I want everybody to be able to see. And I'm going to take my violin. There. I want everybody to take your violins and put them next to each other. Class, are all these violins the same size?
No.
So does that mean the smallest one right there is really, really high and this one's really low?
No.
No. In this string family, violins come in different sizes. Now, my violin is a full-size violin. So if you see a violin that's larger than this, it is a different instrument. It's a viola. But all of these violins are all violins. This one here, this is an 8th size violin. See the difference in size here. Then you have the 4th size violin. Then you have a half size violin. And in fact, it's interesting because there's violins that are smaller than this, and there's violins that are in between each of these sizes, which means that no matter how big or small or young you are, you're going to be able to find a violin that fits you. So, thank you so much. Grab the rest position and come back down. Well, we've talked about the bow. We've talked about the violin. Let's put it all together. Class, with the right hand, pick up that bow. Get on your knees. With your left hand, pick up the violin and stand up flat bananas. Good job. Good job. Okay, we are now going to slip our violins into an important position. Class, what's this called?
Rest position.
Rest position. Raise your hand. Who knows, why is it important to hold our violin like this? Why?
Because if you don't, you could go like, whoa, and bump into somebody with your bridge. If you have your elbow right here, you could bump into them, it would hit your elbow, not your bridge.
Exactly. Remember how we talked about how the bridge is so fragile? Well, this way you can walk with your instrument and protect it and make sure that you're not going to hurt it. So, we have a very special song that we learned to make sure that we're standing properly in our rest position. So, let's sing the rest position song. Rest position, feet in line, scroll out front, that's mighty fine. Check your bridge, cause it should be peeking out at you and me. Now it's time to take a bow. Ichi, ni, san, that's how. Now you did notice something. Ichi, ni, san. Doesn't sound like English to me. What language is it? What language?
Japanese.
Exactly. And what does ichi, ni, and san mean in English? Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Exactly. And why do we have Japanese counting in our song?
Because there's a Japanese person that had a violin.
Exactly. There's a man, his name is Dr. Suzuki, class.
Dr. Suzuki.
And he's the one that he developed this way of learning how to play the violin. In fact, in this lesson, we use something called the modified Suzuki method. So we honor him in our little song here. But class, we're standing around, our violin is very safe. Can we play in rest position?
No.
No, we can't. So let's get in playing position. We have a song, of course, to help us into playing position. So ready, class? Here we go. The violin goes here, da-dun-dun. The violin goes here, da-dun-dun. The violin goes here, land it on your head, give your ear a kiss, place it on your shoulder with your chin on top. Now we're in playing position. What we're going to do now is we are going to play our rhythms for you on our violin. Class, 1, 2, 3, zip. Our bows are down. Take your bows up, put them on your E string. Here we go. Mississippi hot dog. Rock to the A string. Wish I had a motorcycle. On the D string, run teacher, run teacher. Rock it all the way up to the G string. Baby, sleep. Rest position. And now.
Yay.
Doesn't it make a great sound? It's like you never know, you'll think, but they all just have sounded really, really good like that. Well, you probably don't want to just hear us play exercises, so we're going to play our first piece for you. It's a duet. In fact, who knows, what is a duet? What's a duet? Exactly. And so in this duet, I have a part, and the class has a part. Now this is kind of a funny song. It's called the Donkey Song. And it's a song about these donkeys that want to munch on carrots, and the carrots really are not happy about this at all. And so the donkeys are eyeing, and the carrots are running, 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 and finally the carrots jump on a motorcycle and they drive away. And so in our song, our violins make the E-ah sound. So class, all together, let's make the E-ah sound, the donkey sound. E-ah, E-ah. And on a violin, it sounds like this. And so, let's play the donkey song. Class, playing position. 1, 2, 3, zip. Bows up on the E string and freeze. On the G string and freeze. Position and bow. Okay, the next song that we're going to play, it's also a duet. It's called Are You